All right, hello and welcome everyone to the LFGS 2023 Losers Bracket Playoffs match between Kevin Fan Club and Plant Gang. And I'm joined here by none other than the legendary hero Thomas from the previous LFGS tournament. He's finally come back to join us today. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, very excited to be here.
Yeah.
Excited to watch the match. So have you, I guess, have you seen these teams before? What are you looking to expect here?
What I'm looking to expect here is a long match. I'm expecting like just this is going to go to the distance. I think early on in the tournament, Kevin Fan Club was really dominant, and eventually at some point they kind of they were still dominant, but like they were starting to show signs that they can bleed, kind of like the Topaz Titans of last season. You know what I mean? And Plant Gang's been doing really well. They've been like rising up. Maybe an underdog, but I'm actually not sure at this point. They seem super even actually. Li
Exciting,
Jiang,
exciting. Good match, hopefully. Li
yeah,
Jiang, a
Li Jiang
classic,
Tower,
a classic starting map to a game or scrim.
absolutely. So, what kind of a running joke here in the tournament is that no one ever picks anything except for Li Jiang Tower. So, like for the first game, it's almost always Li Jiang. It's crazy.
Ugh, man, couldn't be me. Not a
Thanks,
not a
Cajun.
Li Jiang Tower fan myself. Not a probably one of my least favorite of the control maps. Not my jam personally.
Not your jam, huh? Well, get
Yeah, I
used
mean
to
you get me on a
it.
Nepal, you get me on an
Uh
Oasis,
huh.
you get me on a Busan. I mean now we're talking, but a Lijiang Tower, oof. Too much Pharah play. I do hate going against Pharah. So
Oh,
the Lijiang Tower, I feel like it's if you're putting out the call to all Pharahs, and it's like I'd rather stay away. I'd rather stay away.
hmm. Okay. I see. I see. Well,
Hey, I don't gotta play. I just gotta watch. So
you just gotta
no
watch.
complaints here.
Indeed, I'm so excited. This is gonna. Oh man, this game is gonna be so good. I already know this game is gonna be fantastic. And one of those really close ones. We've had so many close games lately, and it's been really awesome. So that's been really fun to see.
All right, let's get in here.
Now arriving
See
at
where we're
Lijiang
starting
Tower.
off.
Yeah. All right. So
Initiating
Speak of the
Plant Gang
devil.
is they're bringing in James Bong. Now James Bong, I've seen him play a lot of Junkrat, so I would not be surprised to see some Junkrat here. Um, what would you be excited to see overall? What are you kind of looking for?
Ooh,
What tanks are you looking at?
what I'd be excited to see. Assuming I'm on the right point, I know spectators sometimes spawn in funky places. On this map, I'm partial to the wrecking ball. If
Oh,
you're feeling a little fancy with it, Ramatra. I feel like Ramatra is now like the I don't just like the stable tank. Like I don't feel like Ramatra has any like really bad matchups. Kind of him and Diva I feel like are just very like neutral across the board. Like no one that gets picked against Ramatra, I'm like, oh no, like I can't play Ramatra into this. So like
right.
I feel like Ramatra a very safe pick, and especially it seems like they're kind of going with this rush Ramatra comp,
Mm-hmm.
looking to take advantage of the Nemesis form here
Yeah.
versus kind of an interesting comp. The Diva
Oh,
in this comp, alright, both teams kind of very fast death there. Coming out for the I need to write down these team names.
oh yeah.
Both teams
It's
kind of pulling on the point, but Diva out of mech. I mean, it's looking like Blue's gonna clean this one up pretty fast.
it's Kevin Fan Club in blue and Plant Gang in red.
All right, let me.
Yeah. All good. Kevin Fan Club taking a pretty good, clean fight win there right in the beginning. Although, I mean, it's not technically over yet. Diva still on point here, holding it, not letting Kevin Fan Club cap yet. James
And the
Bong finds an
Joker
insane kill,
there.
too.
I mean, they're looking like they kind of want to fight this. Interesting. I mean, they're technically not down anyone. Just have the baby Diva, and Call Me Frost falls off the map. Okay,
Oh,
now
no!
super winnable. But point percentage ticking up here. Both teams have just a few people left on this point here. Just kind of looking battling, but now the teleporter is coming back in with the Symmetra. Going to be able to get reinforcements in there extra fast.
Yeah, and
And
with
it's
the
looking like Kevin Fan Club's going to clean this one up.
absolutely, it looks like. I mean, Kevin also got the the point cap there pretty early. Like in the mid fight, they were able to cap the point. So even though that fight is just now finally over, they're already 30% on the clock, and that's a big deal actually.
Yeah, I mean, so it's kind of hard to fight when you're trickling back in and you're like, oh, maybe this fight's winnable. Typically, if you've already given up that point, you might just want to do a full pull out and see if you can get a really clean fight.
Yeah.
Because even if they had won that fight, I mean, you're giving up 20%, and so you really want to be able to set yourself up for success if you're going to be able to give up that percentage. But now super spam coming in here with the Orisa, the Junkrat, the Pharah. I mean, you're going to be looking to kind of force them onto this backside of point. But the Nemesis, the excuse me, what is that Ramatra called?
Annihilation.
Annihilation here, available very early. Gonna be ticking down, but now everyone kind of out of range. They're
Clean
gonna be
little
able to
push
find
there.
the Pharah Mercy in the off room there.
I think
Yeah,
that's...
I do think.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think that Subspace really looking for a coalescence from the sideline there, but couldn't quite find the right time on it, and it was just like just almost there, but then other ults came out from Kevin Fan Club and just couldn't find the timing. But I think we're gonna see the coalescence come out here, and I think it's gonna actually be a game changer.
Early. Tyre gonna be coming in here. Gonna find two. I mean, that's gonna clean up the fight unless we see a Reaper ult here. But Reaper not looking like he wants to invest it. The Kitsune is up, but I'd be surprised if we see the Reaper ult here. Orisa does fall. I mean, now kind of winnable. That's two now.
It is too, but they got a touch. It's overtime. 99%. James Bond has to overextend
Yeah,
on
they're
the
actually
point.
not going to be able to get that touch. I mean, it was looking so good for them there, and then they just kind of fall apart right at the end. I mean, I think it was just down to the Reaper and the Ramatra there, and they're just not quite able to clean it up.
Not quite. It was close.
I mean, kind of interesting. I feel like they were, you know, counting their chickens before they hatched there. I mean, I feel like they thought they kind of had the cap already, and kind of took their foot off the gas, and then they were the Kevin Fan Club able to turn that one around.
Crazy stuff. You know, James Bond really kind of cooks on that map. You know, like the tires were pretty solid, and even when fights looked lost, he seemed to always find some way to like make it a little bit more even. But the rest of the whole team as a whole wasn't able to totally capitalize on those little bits of advantage he was creating. Unfortunate for Plant Gang.
Junkrat here on Control Center, kind of a classic pick. The Pharah I do think is a little interesting. Pharah I think played on Lijiang on pretty much every other point, but a little more difficult with this point because there's a lot of kind of crouched indoor space, so it is a little harder to take advantage of the kind of the high skyboxes here. We'll see, they're kind of trying to poke onto the point here. Kevin Fan Club very split up here. Both teams just kind of looking for an opening. No one falling super low quite yet. The Pharah now poking away. I mean, Cap's going to be coming in here unless Plant Gang's able to get on the point. Pharah now contesting a little bit, but going to be punished for it. Yeah, I mean, you can't put your toe on the point without your mercy there.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a struggle there. And here, okay, James Bond on the sideline here, actually getting a lot of value.
For something, but instead his diva is going to be cleaned up there. I mean, now this is the kind of fight where I'm talking about, where you're like, oh, maybe I can try and find something here, but you're better off just kind of pulling back. See, but now you do have.
Look at this, yeah. Now you want to push in. See, like here, you got to let James Bond cook, right? Let him cook, because right here he's about to create so much space for the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Potter
Getting picked off
John
on the side there, no healing available for him, as everyone else opted to go kind of main. See if the res is able to come in, but they're doing kind of a good job of protecting that. See, but now even though like Kevin Fan Club was taking a long time to really find anything in this fight, because they've had control of this point and Plant Gang didn't push onto them really fast, they never were in danger of losing the point, so still just ticking up that percentage. And now you're at like 50%, almost halfway to the win. You got some ults coming in on both sides here, but that percentage is still ticking up.
Still ticking up, yeah, and you know, Plant Gang really has to make a play here, and I think it starts with going in White Room, which is what they agree with me on. Although the Coalescence is going to meet the Annihilation is going to plug that hole. Plus the Kitsune Rush, I don't think you can push into that. This is another fight win, just lawn mowing over for Kevin Fan Club.
Yeah, I mean the Coalescence, I mean, good engage tool, but you know the team's going to be bunched up when they're using it. It just creates the perfect situation to get a lot of value out of that Annihilation. I mean, and now Kevin Fan Club still with 3 ults. You're still a big ult advantage. We'll see if they're able to capitalize early here. I mean, not the most proactive ults. Typically you use pretty much all 3 of these ults in a reactive sort of way. So they're kind of opting to give a little bit of space here. Let them push into them. We'll see if they kind of use the High Noon to zone them off the point now.
Here comes
Tire
the bong.
coming in.
It's huge from James Bong. Oh my.
High Noon in response, as well as Symmetra Wall used to. See if they're able to find anything here. but it's kind of looking like they invested quite a bit into a losing fight. Yeah, I mean, both
Yeah,
DPS ults going out the window there.
a little
But
bit.
99% only need one fight win to be able to pull this out. Switching to the Hanzo because that potential pick. I mean, you only need the one fight win, so if you can get a pick off the start to make that one fight easier, I mean, always welcome.
That's what Kamita is definitely looking for here. Is Plant Gang just kind of holding back a little bit, and just kind of relying on their spam, trying to get him to like walk into the spam from James Bong.
Yeah, both teams holding very passive, opting not to hold that forward door.
Look at this
Orisa
terror
ult
surge.
on top of the Mei
Whoa,
wall.
that was actually kind of cool.
Interesting.
Love to see that.
And
They
it's
never
looking
expect
like
that.
Plant Gang's gonna be able to clean this up. A few stragglers. Kiriko might be able to get a TP out here.
That's a
Not
good
opting
stagger.
for it.
That's a big stagger because they're 47
Yeah,
on
not
the
TP.
clock now.
Ooh, and James Bong getting the
Oh my.
true to form Junkrat spam kill. Oh, but that Hanzo pick coming in. But the
No, we got the
Reserville.
Mercy though. The Mercy res is
So
huge,
we're fine.
right? This is
Alright,
why
we're
we
gonna
play
need to
Mercy.
see a big Blizzard here. I mean, I think that's got to be the one to do it, especially because if we see this Annihilation, Blizzard very good at zoning that away.
True.
Looking like Kevin Fan Club opting to go up high here, but James Bong sniffing
Oh.
it out.
No, but this Annihilation
But
from the
he's in
very
trouble
top
here.
is going to be
Okay,
huge.
managed to get out. Annihilation coming in early here. That Blizzard in response. A beat used. A nice bell to be able to get their Lucio outside of that Blizzard. Annihilation still ticking here.
Annihilation's
Now we're gonna
done,
finally
and now with the
call
coalescence from
Rush.
subspace.
I mean, everyone's hitting Q here. It's a Q party on point. And it's looking like Kevin Fan Club's coming out on top unless Gang's not
my.
getting some late picks here.
Gamma
I
the
mean,
Owl
very close
unstoppable.
there.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, I will say it was a little interesting. They opted to go that fight where they used Coalescence to push in the Annihilation. I mean, I think Moira, I think, is an interesting pick there in that comp, because when you have that kind of grouped up presence and you have kind of that spammy presence with the Junkrat and the Pharah, I mean, Moira not going to be able to heal the Pharah at all. So you kind of want to capitalize on the spam. And if you're going to try and spam out Ramatra, you really need something like a Mercy or a Zen to kind of be able to capitalize on that. So I'm not a big fan of the Moira pick in general, but I mean, you are grouped up, you're kind of brawling a little bit.
A little bit.
But I mean, overall, Kevin Fan Club, I mean, fantastic job, but still a close game there. I mean, Plant Gang showing some signs of life on the second map there.
Definitely. I mean, they had about 60-70% on the control point, so definitely not nothing. Definitely a fight being put there. And I think that what Plant Gang has to do right now is just simply just focus, relax, and adapt, right? This is where you have to just adapt and just like dial in.
Yeah, I think one of the things Kevin Fan Club was really doing very well there was using their ults to kind of counter the ults Plant Gang was looking for. It's like using that Annihilation into a Coalescence to kind of force it to back off. So I think they were finding a lot of value almost like counter ulting, which kind of meant Plant Gang wasn't getting that much value from their own ults. So I think looking into game 2, they really need to find bigger ultimates to be able to capitalize in these fights, because I think in neutral fights they were actually doing okay.
Yeah.
But when the ultimates started coming online, Kevin Fan Club was really using those very well.
Yeah, no, I agree. Did they call a map? They did not call a map.
I did
Plunk
not see.
Goog needs to call a map. Come on, Plunk Goog.
Where are we headed to? Hybrid next? King's Row, perhaps?
Sometimes it's Bling's Row, and sometimes it's Perry CO.
A little spicy, a little spicy.
Yeah, we love seeing both of those.
I'm a fan of both.
Yeah, they're both a little bit interesting here. I'm wondering though, I wonder what would be better for Plant Gang. I'm not sure if they're just like thinking. I don't know. Let me take a look.
I mean, we saw the Pharah look from them, and I think if you're gonna try and make, I mean, I think Pharah can work on either map. I think in general, it almost seems counterintuitive, but I almost kind of like it better on King's Row, because if you take that to Pariso, you're more likely, I think, to see kind of long range hit scan because those back high grounds are so powerful.
Yeah.
So if you're really trying to like almost pre counter pick them, I think King's Row with the Pharah Mercy, you're less like you're more likely to see like a May or a Reaper or something to kind of spam through that choke and kind of play the close battle.
Hmm.
So if you really want to do that Pharah Mercy and you don't want them to be playing against, but I mean Pariso, you can definitely still make the Pharah Mercy work. I mean, lot of long sight lines, a lot of stuff that Pharah is going to be able to use as well.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of tools I think available from them as well, and like, do this have Paricio? Okay, they're gonna do Paricio, and this is actually pretty interesting, right? This means that we might see Pharas, and if we see Pharas, we might see Divas. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Let's see,
Yeah, I
Paricio.
think it's interesting because if you're running that Pharah, I mean, typically they were running sort of a spam comp with the Junkrat, Pharah, Orisa. I don't think that's going to be as good here. I mean, Junkrat I don't think is very good on this first point
No, I don't
because
either. Yeah,
there's just a lot of open space. It's kind of hard to spam a choke point, which is what Junk really likes to do.
yeah,
So I think if you're going with the Pharah, you probably want to go with a more dive look, something like the Diva, the Winston, the Ball. I mean, any of that could make it work. I mean, if
yeah.
you want to go spam, you can try the Sigma or the Ramatra, but I think surrounding Pharah with a dive comp is definitely the way to go if you want to play the Pharah on Pariso.
No, I agree with you. A lot of teams seem to have opted into playing the sort of like spam from that high ground that overlooks the point. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. There's a lot of like Ash Mercy pocket the Ash on top of that high ground, and like teams trying to dive that high ground.
Yeah, Mercy, dude, Mercy, super good.
Yeah, no, I
Maybe
agree.
the best character in the game right now. Just Mercy busted. I don't
Mercy
think they
busted.
nerfed her at
Wow,
all. I think if anything, they made her better.
that's crazy, isn't it?
Ugh, man. I man, Mercy, man.
She's
I
so
I
good.
love having my picks get rezzed. So fun, man.
Isn't it crazy?
I really hope next patch we see like a res range nerf or a line of sight check with it, cause oh man, res feels so terrible to go against sometimes.
Yeah, you finally outplay the enemy, and then they just get res, and it's like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh, okay, very fun. All
Yeah,
right, we're on Pariso.
we are on Aparicio. I want to make sure to be on the correct scene here. There we go.
Very important. Very
Yep.
important.
I've screwed that up a couple times in some of these feature matches. Got to
Yeah,
a point
I think
where chat was like calling me out on it, like make sure you switch your scene. Like, okay, buddy, sorry.
I think it'll be interesting to see what they play on defense, because honestly on defense I don't know that there's a look I really love here. I mean the Sigma look I think can work pretty well. It really depends, because a lot of the times if you play the Sigma they'll play the Ball, which can then be a bit of a tough matchup. But I mean very I mean I like this comp. I mean this Kevin Fan Club comp, you got the Sigma, you got
Yeah,
both supports are going to be able to kind of support the long range DPS. You got the discords, you got the boosts.
yeah,
I mean, you don't need a lot of healing with this comp because in theory, Sigma's pretty self-sufficient. He has a big old shield. He has his grasp if he really needs help. I mean, so you really you can capitalize on the damage dealing capabilities of the Zen Mercy backline. And on the other side, we got the Diva to dive the high ground a little bit. We got some longer range spam with the Ashe. They are gonna try and make the Junkrat work. We'll see how that goes.
we'll see. I mean, James Bong is a pretty decent rat player. I think that's pretty much mostly what he plays. So
I mean,
if there's any rat that's going to do it, it's going to be James Bong.
yeah. Yeah, see, this is where it can be really tough. If they opt to
Right.
play this very back high ground, very tough for Junkrat to get a lot in here. And the Diva into this Sigma matchup can be really tough because you can only DM so far, and you really want to get on someone, but there's just so much open space. Rez immediately coming in.
Exactly what they needed there. Oh my god, in TTV
But a
Exchange gets
really
the same
nice
exact
shot
kill
to put
again.
there. Yeah.
That's crazy. They're just looking for like any angle here for Plant Game to make a
Yeah,
push, but there's no push to be made if Slowbro's dead, so you can't really take the 4v5 unless the enemy team misplays, which, Gamma is going in pretty deep. Maybe there's some punish to be happening there, and Gamma is going to have to go off the bridge. Going to have to do that little bit of rotation. They're still waiting for the Ashe to come back, which Ashe is almost back.
See,
What's
I
Karmi
really
Frost
think,
doing?
I mean, I think you gotta look for a change of comp here. I mean, it's so tough to push into this with the Diva, or you
Oh,
really
no.
gotta coordinate the Diva. Because if you go on the Sig, you're getting spammed from all other range. I mean, tough to take this without something to kind of disrupt that back high ground.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, this is rough.
I mean, because like look at how spread out everyone is. I mean, you basically have someone on all parts of this high ground, and now we got the
God.
Flux coming in, being aggressive, catches 3 with it. I mean, gonna be able to finish off the Junkrat there, gonna catch the mech as well. I mean, I think you gotta look for a different look here. The
Yeah.
Diva in theory is good, but just with how spread out they are, I just don't think you're gonna be able to push into that.
Nihilus and Baby Diva here form here, just kind of like stuck in this prison, and he has to either die or get his mech back until the team can really even do anything, because, you know, obviously Diva without the mech doesn't even exist.
And now you spend the 10 seconds. Okay, but we got the res. We got the res.
No, we got the res,
I was
then we
gonna
got
say,
the
you spent
mech.
all that time trying to get the mech back. All right, so now you gotta. I mean, you just gotta go deep with something here. You got the Coalescence. You got the Valkyrie available. Maybe you can make something work. They do have the Transcendence on the other side. Okay, this I like. This rotation is good.
This is good.
It gets you in a little close. Sigma is now no longer on this high ground. You can definitely make something work. Your Coalescence is gonna be coming in, catches the Dynamite, gets the finish there. Their damage boosting the Coalescence is gonna be fat. I mean, Transcendence coming in, but way too late. 3 already down, and this is gonna be a cap for Plant Gang.
The massive, yeah, that was a huge rotation, and especially massive play from Nihilus, knocking 2 people off of the high ground there, creating that 5v3 situation they needed to just easily cap that point. That was
so smart.
huge.
I honestly, this map is so new. Totally forgot you could rotate that way. That was absolutely the right play to make.
Definitely.
I mean, you can counter rotate that, but call me or Kevin Fan Club just not quite on top of that, not quite making the kind of counter rotation to the other backside high ground, and getting punished for it. But I mean, really clean rotation there. Way to catch kills early. Good use of ults, and they still have 3 to come on here. I mean, you got the Bob, you got the Tire, you got the Diva bomb. Got a lot to work with here.
Now, it looks like they're going to try to come in through here, and the Sigil is going to meet the Diva ult. Which one is going to prevail? Looks like the Diva finds nothing, but Gamma the Owl is just popping off in the enemy backline. There's nothing they can do.
Probably going to be messed up. No, they're just looking back out of here. Yeah, I mean, a really nice Flux kind of catching them on that backside rotation while they're looking to push forward. No resources available for it. Nice job by the Moira dodging the rock there. But they're in a dangerous space. Subspace needs to get out of there. Gonna be caught. Even now it's another like 15 seconds before you can really push this.
Yeah, it's just tick-tock, you know. The clock is ticking, and it's really rough here for Plant Gang. They have to get over this mountain that is Kamita on the high ground with a Mercy Pocket. You know, Kamita is just insane on this Ashe. Really strong Ashe player. Just raining hell on top of them just constantly here. Potter John Joe finds a kill onto Slowbro. And now, I mean, what's your push? Your 4v5. You got to make some play here. James Bong on a bit of a flank, but just trying to find a Tire here.
Oh, Tire gonna be caught out.
Yeah, Tire's caught out, and now Subspace just kind of doesn't have a call anymore.
Nice move off the high ground. They have a bit of high ground control now.
Dueling Bobs come
counter
down.
Bob's coming in. Both Bobs putting in some work here. Now shooting each other.
A little bit.
Oh, but Bob gets the kill on the Bob. A big Bob.
You know, this skirmish is kind of going in the way of Plant Gang, except the way they just got lifted. This could change. Tides could change here, but it does look like Plant Gang might be favored unless they stall too long here.
Flux finding a lot, but not able to kind of follow up on that. They were put in a pretty safe spot there. Nihilus doing a really good job of contesting these high grounds. I mean, I think that's why they were able to get in here. But now I think it's kind of on Slowbro with this Mercy Pocket up top. You got to be able to find something with these DPS on the high ground.
Ooh.
Oh, but James Bong saying, actually, you're looking at the wrong DPS. Able to find one there. Transcendence now used the recontest here. Don't want to give up this cart for free. But now basically no ults available other than Diva Bomb here. And Gamma the fighting for his life here on the cart.
They're actually holding.
Low, but the Mercy able to come out.
Mercy just not getting punished, just kind of flying around on point. Here comes the bomb. The bomb could do work. There it is.
Gonna catch 2, and that'll be able to cap them up the point.
Wow. Now it's putting in huge work on the Diva. They're able to clear that point. Nothing Sigma could have done. The shield cooldown is too high for him to pull back the shield and replace it in response to that. So nothing Sigma could do to survive there. Really good way to clear that point up.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job of kind of making this Diva comp work. Diva has to be on these high grounds, and Nihilus absolutely has been.
Yeah, and
you want to lose the mech here. Oh, you're losing it a little early. But Tire gonna come in.
Okay, that's actually winnable.
Basically traded tanks.
They let the res happen. Oh no.
Now you're in a bit of trouble here because Nihilus still doesn't have his mech.
Gotta have that mech.
Fall very low.
But look at the cart sailing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Kevin Fan Club unwilling to drop down early enough to, like, stop that cart from sailing. I mean, it's already at the bridge at this point. Now, Potter John Joe does clean this up, so this is definitely a one fight for Kevin Fan Club, but at what cost? I mean, they have actually lost quite a lot of point progress there with no contest on the cart movement. So, we're 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Plant Gang could still cap this. Ult advantage strongly in favor of Kevin Fan Club, though.
Yeah, I mean, making the right rotation here, looking to clear this top high ground. You gotta get these DPS off here if you're gonna look to do anything here.
Like this rotation.
Now overclock coming in.
Ooh.
Gonna be able to find one. I mean, now at this point you got 1 minute left. You just gotta back out fast. I mean, even if you get the resin available, it's 45. Gotta back out. Hope you can't lose anyone here. Anyone you lose here,
Ooh, no.
that's now you really only get one fight. I mean, if you don't lose someone there, maybe you get two if it's fast, but now you really only get this one fight, so you gotta make it count.
Potter John Joe here taking some risks.
Available for Kevin Fan Club. I mean, this is gonna be a 4 ult fight for them.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta clear this high ground. The cart is absolutely a bait here. You have to clear this high ground if you're gonna get anything done. You just can't give
true.
this open space.
I like where they're playing this.
Early. A big flux gonna catch a few here. Not quite able to. Oh, does actually find the finish on the slow bro. I'm kind of in an awkward corner. Not quite as far as they probably wanted to get him here. Red's gonna come in, so now it's 5v5 again.
10 seconds.
But now we're probably gonna see some of the ults coming out here for Kevin Fan Club.
They have to come out now.
Here's the visor.
This is where it all happens.
Excuse me. I mean, yeah. Now Diva out of mech. I mean, this is gonna clean up. No Diva mech to eat up those nano bullets. Kamita having a field day on this high ground.
Yeah, this is rough. The high ground clear had to happen, but it couldn't quite happen. Maybe Diva wasn't quite the tool to create that space for the team. Maybe
Yeah,
it should have been Monkey. But yeah, that's still a great performance from Plant Game. They're able to push it all the way through about halfway on the point 3 there. Not bad. Pretty good performance there. And I think that what we've seen here is a little bit stronger performance from Plant Gang in this map than we saw in last map. I think they are bringing their A game. And it's showing. Like these fights look like they have been going 50-50. So let's just see if Kevin Fan Club can make a better attack than that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of an awkward second point. They almost had a fight that took them from, like, halfway to the end, just kind of continuously. But, I mean, like, that definitely went in the attacking team's favor. They cleared second point pretty fast. I mean, first point can be kind of brutal to attack into. So,
True.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pretty long hold here. Especially if they kind of take advantage of what they've seen from Kevin Fan Club. I mean, doing a very similar hold to that is a tough hold to crack without running something like a Ball or a Winston or something. I mean, holding these backside high grounds with the Sigma kind of forward.
Yeah, look at this team comp that Kevin Fan Club's pulling out here. Diva, Echo, Tracer, Ana Mercy.
Yeah, definitely favoring the dive here.
Yeah.
Knowing that if they hold these back high grounds, they're gonna have to play something fast to get on them. I like this team comp.
Yeah, no, I love it. This is it's strong. If they can pull this off, this is gonna be kind of nasty, actually.
Yeah, I mean, the Slowbro Kamita matchup is really what we're gonna have to be watching, because if one of them can really get the advantage in that matchup, the Echo versus the hit scan here, because I mean, right now James Bond, he will do his best, but it's very tough to Junkrat an Echo out of the sky, so it's really gonna come down to Slowbro. Oh, Speak of the Devil, Kamita gonna find the best of the matchup there. And now Kevin Fan Club looking to advance, not giving them time for the res.
And at this point, Plant Gang is just kind of all isolated on the low ground, and all the angles are in control of Kevin Fan Club. This is just all the angles surrounding them, and there's nothing that Plant Gang can do to keep this point alive. Absolutely nothing. And this is kind of brutal.
I mean, expertly taking the high ground there, it flips it to basically to where you're the defending team. I mean, the high ground's almost mirrored on this map, so if you're holding this high ground and they're forced to drop to contest the point, you basically have what they had set up on defense, and they're able to just use that high ground to kind of pick off the enemy team.
Absolutely.
Dynamite gonna force a recall here. Kamita just looking for a bit of an opening. Slowbro falling very low, but now getting healed out. But I mean, look at this high ground control already for Kevin Fan Club. They know this is the place to be. They know they cannot give this up. because that Echo gets really free reign if you can keep this Ashe off this high ground. But Slowbro
Ooh.
responding, catching Kamita there.
This is still 5v4 in favor of Plant Gang. If they can just start taking over this high ground, a lot of this could change. You know, and a lot of through that fight there, no one was really pushing Cart, so Cart did not actually reach that first corner.
Yeah, I think this is the first place where you really see the Cart stall on this map. I mean, these high grounds can be very tough with this Ashe up here. But Gamma the Owl doing an expert job getting up there. A really nice anti-nade coming in from Equal Mage as well. And now they're going to find 2. Oh, but the traits are falling in response. Rez going to come in for the side of Plant Gang.
Those
But
stickies
nice
from Kamita were like right
Flux
on
gonna have
Mercy's
to be big
face.
here. Catches both supports. Equal Mage very, very low. Going to catch them. So now no supports for the side of Kevin's fan club.
That's a start.
We'll
I mean,
see if we see a little bit of a mean stagger here.
look at the
A
Symmetra pick.
little too risky. Fight still going on.
Slowbro with the Symmetra coming in just to kind of like really lock down this last part of point 2. And I think on a scale of weird to genius, it's closer to genius, honestly. Like, I actually love it.
It's interesting because now the Echo basically goes uncontested. You're basically saying you're giving up on that matchup in favor of just trying to clear the rest of the team first.
Yeah.
Especially with this, I mean, it's weird because this is almost a brawl DPS comp with a Sigma. A bit of an interesting team comp here. Nano coming into on the Ramatra. The Sigma falling very, very low. He's antied.
Oh my god. Just swap to Ramatra and Nano Ramatra, pull out the muscles.
Ramatra
That was...
being frozen up.
Oh,
yeah, I think he's gonna wish he had that Blizzard back. The fight already lost there. And now a big time bank for Kevin Fan Club coming into 2.
This is a nasty time bank. 4 minutes, 30 seconds. This is, honestly, it's Kevin Fan Club's game to lose. Plant Gang really going to have to turn it up here to get these defenses going.
I mean, yeah, with what you said, though, the card did roll pretty far despite Plant Gang not winning that many fights on third point. So a respectable distance still left to go here.
Yeah. Still some. And in the nature of why it was able to be pushed that far is just because you can't really take fights on this part of the map where the cart's moving right now. And that's why Plant Gang, they can't really just drop and touch because that's throwing the fight. So there really is only like one point where the card actually matters, which is right now. This is when they have to start contesting it. Here comes the sim wall. Here comes the Coalescence. Subspace trying to find anything they can. They find Potter John Joe, and that's huge. Even though the muscles come out for Gamma the Owl, it is too late. Gamma going down. Calming Frost might look for a res here, but it would be a mistake if she went for it. She's going to try to rush back to point, and she gets staggered. That is so huge for Plant Gang. They need to do that multiple more times, though, as there are still 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining on this clock.
But I think right here, I mean, here I think you're seeing kind of the weirdness of this comp because the DPS wanting to hold this door, but the Sigma wanting to hold back.
Yeah.
So someone's going to be left at the dry. I mean, James Bong in a very tough spot here. Yeah, going to be caught out early there because the Sigma wants to hold back, so you really have an incongruence between your DPS and your tank here. Annihilation now coming in.
Oh, no.
Which is brutal because you're forced to touch this point in overtime. Pretty much everyone falling. Gonna have to be a desperation touch from the Mercy here.
Mercy's gonna touch, and oh, Potter John Joe finds a little kill. Whoa, okay, we Subspace rushing to point there at the end, and that is still gonna be in favor of Kevin Fan Club. They're gonna be able to take this second map victory.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, the DPS lineup with the tank. I mean, I think it's tough to make that work, especially when you're trying to deal with something like the Echo. It's so important for your team to be on the same page because you either need to take care of that Echo with some hit scan and some diva play maybe, or you need to be rushing the rest of the team and like Sigma wants to stick back and maybe shoot at the Echo, and then the DPS want to rush the team. And I mean, if you're not on the same page there, it's so tough to take care of a pocketed flyer like Echo.
It really is, and I like their strategy. I think their strategy does work better in that third point area, but I would also like to have seen that Rhine swap to a Rhine or maybe Ramatra or maybe Arisa or just like anyone that is going to play up with the Sim and the Mei, and then you've got all the utility in the world to do crazy stuff to Kevin Fan Club and maybe pull a rabbit out of your hat there. But yeah, exactly as you said, it's just it's the weirdness of trying to play Sigma with a Mei Sim, just kind of like a weird thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I think it works better than it looks on paper. Symmetra, I mean, especially with the Overwatch 2 changes, her like little ball charging up faster, she's pretty spammy. Like she can definitely work in kind of a spam comp, and the turret's still good at kind of keeping people trapped in chokes where you want to spam them. May surprisingly good at spam as well. Those icicles do so much damage when you're hit in the head. But I think it's just tough when you have the Flyers
Right.
specifically because it's almost like two halves of the team you have to take care of. So if you're not able to kind of lock them all in the choke, then you start falling apart because then you're not able to kind of use the slowing factors from the Maywall and the Symmetra turrets and that kind of spam
Hmm.
to be able to combo that with the Sigma spam. But when they're able to just kind of send that whole other unit with the Mercy, then you're really struggling because now you got split focus and now you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's gonna be rough. Still waiting on the next map pick now. What we've seen a lot of is seen a lot of Dorado as the next map pick, and it's pretty common that people they're trying to choose usually Dorado because maybe there's a way for them to do the reverse sweep off of it, as what Heartstuck did actually against Kevin Fan Club in the regular season. Heartstuck down 2 against Kevin Fan Club, picks Dorado, and then suddenly starts the reverse sweep. Although I'm seeing here they're not going to follow
Ooh,
that. They're going to go Shimbali instead.
Shambali.
Okay.
Oh,
All
I
right.
love a good Shambali.
Shimbali is a good map. And here we're going to see it. So, all right, make sure that's good. Yep, that's good. All right.
Yeah, I think unsung hero. I mean, Gamma the Owl for Kevin Fan Club. Obviously, he's been on the front lines. I mean, he shows up in the kill feed, doing a great job. But I think unsung hero equal mage for sure. I mean, the antis on second point so important, especially when you're going against something like the Mercy Pocket. If you can get an anti on the Herrera she's pocketing, all of a sudden it's like she's not there anymore. And I think so many key antis coming in on the DPS and on the tank. I mean, I think pretty much won them that second point off anti-nades alone.
Wow. Yeah. Those anti-nades, yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't think about that as much, but you're not wrong. They are very valid, very good.
Especially some hard angles as well. They were throwing up to the buildings for those anti-nades.
Oh yeah,
I mean, some spicy throws.
for sure. We got
All right.
Shiny Umbreon's readied up. We're just waiting on a readied up from Kevin Fan Club, or Cavon Fun Collab, as I called it here. No one's really noticed, but it's fine.
Hey man, I think you're funny.
Cool. That's one. Oh,
Yeah, I mean
no.
Shambali interesting. I mean, still very new map. I wouldn't say there's like a I mean, I would say most people probably don't have enough experience on it to really like know what they love to play here. I think it's a pretty I think most stuff can pretty much work here. I think Brawl
Yeah,
probably the weakest composition. I mean, a lot of kind of long angles that
yeah,
are going to be much easier to approach with kind of a dive or a spam comp. But I mean, you can certainly the thing with Brawl comps is to get around the advantage a spam comp has in you, right? When they're taking those resources as you're rotating, to get around that,
yeah,
you have to make one, fast rotations, and two, you have to make the right rotations. And knowing the right rotations on a map this new can sometimes be tough. Like what we saw in Preso, I totally forgot you could even go around that backside.
right.
And like those are the rotations you have to make fast on Brawl, which can kind of be tough to do on maps this new, because sometimes you just one either forget that part of a map exists, or two like forget, oh, I forgot there were stairs over there or something that would help you kind of get on top of them with the Brawl comp.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. We have as well Saber Dude in the chat asking where's the predictions, and unfortunately, I cannot run the predictions and OBS at the same time. I did put some moderators in place that would hopefully be at the streams and doing it, but like while I'm in stream, I can't really like adjust moderators or do the predictions. So unfortunately, I can't do predictions right now.
All right, you can't do predictions through Twitch. I
Right.
want to hear your prediction though. How's
My
how's this
prediction.
map ending? Is Kevin Fan Club getting the sweep, or is Plant gonna take this one?
I mean, of course, Like, I want this to go as long as possible. If I'm going with my gut, though, I'm thinking that this could just be Gamma the Owl's day. He has just been so good on the Ramatra, and we're going to see him on the Ramatra again. And this is, I mean, he is just such an absolute monster on this hero. And Plant Gang has struggled throughout this entire match so far to deal with him on the Ramatra. And if he just, puts together his game and keeps doing what he's doing here, I think that we could probably see a victory here for Kevin Fan Club.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my prediction. Although, of course, I want it to go longer. I want to start seeing the sweep going. At least one game on the board for Plant Game would be awesome. So we'll see.
I mean, I love the comp here for Kevin Fan Club. You got that Mercy Pocket. I mean, you don't know the FAR is coming out, but having that Mercy Pocket with the Ashe means you're able to take care of it. I mean, I think super strong comp for this map. The Ramatra able to spam and then able to take that fight when they come in close. I mean, so this is what we're talking about with this D.Va. You're going to have to rotate kind of on this outside through the building if you want access to that high ground.
Gamma Gal forgot to tie his shoes, though. Falls off the high ground. Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually going to be enough of an opening for them to kind of turn this corner. That high ground's no longer as effective.
Absolutely. And
Nyla's getting very deep there. Going to be caught out, though.
A little bit. Look at how huge...
Still somehow no kills coming in. Everyone falling very low, but the healer's doing a great job keeping everyone alive.
Nyla's almost crunch time.
Caught at the last sec.
Very close.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I respect the attempt at a crunch. I respect the attempt.
I mean, fantastic. Shout out to the healers for that one. That fight went on way longer than it had any right to.
That's true.
I mean, great heals coming in from both sides there.
Both sides. See a good angle here from Kevin Fan Club, and they've got both sides covered. It's just a matter of can Plant Gang get through one of the angles.
Yeah, if you can send your soldier on this angle, you really need your D.Va up there, though. It's tough to clear that angle without the tank. I mean, they had the right idea there, sending the soldier and maybe just the D.Va is enough there. Because now, I mean, you really can't walk out on this angle. Well, we got, Potter John Joe holding this high ground with Kamita and Call Me Frost.
Yeah, that angle is kind of nasty here. And really, from Nihilus, it has to be like a seamless, perfect stream of DM. All 3 seconds need to be used at once to make the whole play happen.
Here. You got the Cassidy. Now, getting on this high ground is crucial. This is what you need to do. They got their whole team here. Now fighting for this high ground. This is good. Good sticky nade going to come in, finding Potter Joe John. The Rez is going to try and come in immediately. Call me Gamma the Owl now.
There's no way.
Popping the Annihilation to kind of force everyone away. Surprisingly, no more kills coming in here, though.
There we go. Yeah, Swagger Wagon finally finds a kill.
In the back, though. Horribly deep, but no res available. Already used. And now Plant Gang looking good here. Looking to kind of clean up this fight. Kills coming in a little slow. Nihil's very weak.
Nihil's looking for a crunch. Oh, he's gonna play it safe. I respect the safety.
He's thirsty for the crunch. He's
thirsty for it. I respect that.
Very nice bob in the back here. Very annoying for this team to deal with.
No, Nihilus is gonna actually just tank it, and I love what Nihilus is doing. He stands close to the bob and forces himself to be the target, and that's really good play from Nihilus there. Make sure the bob does absolutely nothing. Although, while it's doing that, D.Va's not in the front, and Potter John Joe finds a pick. So that's going to give an opening for Kevin Fan Club. Start pulling out the muscles and get the momentum they need.
Just kind of force the back down here.
Yeah.
Heart close here. I mean, you really just need one ultimate to open this up here. You have both DPS ultimates available here. You're getting close to both support ultimates, but I see a Nano Annihilation possibly in our future here.
Yikes.
Especially with this 30-second timer. I mean, how do you not Nano Annihilation last fight here?
I don't. Yeah, plus also, I mean, Mercy's ult as well. Like, this could be just a nasty Annihilation.
Yeah,
like the kind that you can't do anything about. If you can get a pick first, there we go.
Yeah, Nano Annihilation going to be launched into the back line. Yeah, I mean, so tough to deal with this ult combination. I mean, that's going to be 3.
Yeah, 20 seconds?
I mean, you have time here. You probably have to go something like
probably a ball, maybe
Lucio
as well. Like, definitely some swaps. Okay, now let's go on the ball here.
I mean, you definitely. I think you get a touch here.
Maybe. I think it has to be a slingshot. No, it needs to be a slingshot from Mercy or nothing. Had 1 second. Someone touch. It's a C9. They were so close, dude. No.
Close.
It needed to be the slingshot. Shiny Umbreon
Yeah.
had to just sacrifice themselves to touch. It's so unfortunate.
That's tough. You're so close.
Yeah. Yikes.
I mean, and now this is tough. I mean, I will say first point, like you can definitely hold that first high ground for quite a while, but
Yeah.
I do think it is pretty rare to see a full first point hold here. I mean, you're
Right.
really gonna have to buckle down the hatch to be able to hold this one.
The tough part I'm seeing here is that if you look where the card is right now, like that's not difficult to push to that area right there, rather than actually on point A, and that's all you have to do to win is get right there to that corner,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
that's
that
what's
last
going to be a
corner can
crutch.
be
Like,
brutal, but it's
yeah,
almost like you don't even have to quite fully turn that corner.
right,
I mean, yeah, I mean, you're definitely not getting the worst of this choke point
yeah.
because you don't have to fully clear it. Which means that if it gets to that point, Plant Gang's gonna have to kind of contest this out in the open, not in the best spot. I do think the Reaper's kind of interesting here on defense. That they're possibly looking to hold pretty close here. I mean, you got
I
the
think they're
Reaper,
just
you
getting
got the
for some
Symmetra.
info. I don't think they're going to try to hold. Ooh, hold on. They have the Sim Reaper though. I see the point you're
That's what
trying
I
to
would
make
say.
here.
That they might kind of TP between these high grounds and just kind of contest wherever they're looking to go.
You know, they might be cooking
Widow
something up
might put a
here.
wrench in their plans there. A little spicy Widow pick. I don't mind it.
Widowpick could be actually huge. And right now, like, Plant Gang needs to put on their hard hats. This needs to be it because their tournament life is on the line
Widow
in this
flank.
game right
Oh!
now.
Almost nasty there.
Almost gave him the sick nasty.
But Symmetra falling super early on the Reaper falling. Oh, this is
Oh,
not good.
Gam
Red's
the
gonna
Owl
come
going
in here,
big.
but you gotta stabilize here fast. Any more falling could be a disaster. I mean, Diva's gotta get out of here. Can't get demec'd. Gotta go find the Mega somewhere. I mean, this is tough. You've already lost one fight. You basically can't afford to lose another. Losing any here. I mean, now you're down the Symmetra. The Diva mech's low. She can't really get in there to steal the card at all. I mean, you're probably gonna
Dang.
be taking this fight without a Symmetra at least to start. I guess she has the teleport to get back. Gonna swap onto the Bastion, anyway.
Interesting.
You basically gotta win like the next 5 fights in a row.
Great. Don't see none again.
Oh, yeah,
Let her
touch.
number.
Oh.
Oh, wow. That was so close.
That was very close, but I mean, immediately the Widow pick coming in here. Bastion on the high ground, gonna be kind of tough to deal with. Now dropping down, but I mean, a lot of resources already used. Kamita gonna find the focusing beam. Diva out of mech here. I mean, I think this is pretty much looking wrapped up here.
Oh, no. Plant Gang made it so far in this tournament. And unfortunately, that is going to be the end of the road for Plant Gang and a huge win for Kevin Fan Club. Looking real strong. I thought this was going to be just one of those like really tough matches. Really, really hard fought on both teams and like really close. It does look like Kevin Fan Club came really well prepared. They were ready to grind, and today was the day that they played some like really strong Overwatch. If you saw these perspectives, that was really, really strong. Wow.
Absolutely. I mean, I was super impressed with their hold on Pariso. I mean, holding that back high ground. I mean, if they had rotated that like one time, I mean, I think you basically full hold there. I mean, very impressive play coming out on all sides. Gamma the Owl showing out. The support's doing great as well. Great reses, great anti-nades. I mean, super impressive performance.
Insane performance. We're gonna go ahead and I think it's is it your Trilla, is that Kamita? I think it is. Hold on a second. One sec. Kamita. Are you your Trilla? We're gonna see. Let's see about that. See if we get some post-match interviews in here before we wrap this up. We're gonna talk to Kamita first. Kamita just cracked. Absolutely insane. My God, can I not even do that? Hold on a second. I can't scroll. Oh, come on. Scroll up. Scroll him up. Oh my God. I'm going to move him
He's
here.
so far away.
And then move him here. Hello. How are you,
Good
Kamita?
morning. Hello again, Asmund. I'm doing pretty good.
Dude, today was a pop-off day for your entire team. That was insane to watch.
Yeah. We came into it really wanting to win this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is your tournament life. It's on the line. This is like you had to win this one. Wow. It was just such a crazy performance. What'd you do to prepare for it?
On honestly, just coming into it, we would go to our practice days and we would do double scrims, which is taxing, but I
Whoa.
feel like that really prepared us. Scrimming every day, playing at least 4 hours a day. Uh,
Wow.
it's just simply we came into it knowing that we're prepared for this match, so we can prepare ourselves for the next one. You know,
That is the way to do it. Like
Mhm.
keep the momentum hard. I mean, wow. So you scrim 2 times a day,
Two
and you
times, yeah.
and you're playing every day for at least 4 hours a day. Really like turning your A game on. Like today, it really showed. I mean, like each and every person on your team like showed like an all-star today and played some of the best Overwatch I've seen you guys ever play. It's really good stuff. I think that every team, if you play that well against every team here on out, I mean, like you're the team to beat at this point. Like that was
Yeah,
crazy.
for sure, for sure. We're working hard for it.
Wow. Well,
I
thank
mean,
you. Go ahead.
crisp rotations. I mean, the Pariso hold very impressive. I mean, I thought you guys just kind of showed out the Echo dummy clean, super clean. Very impressed by the Echo gameplay. I mean, you guys
Thank
looked
you.
absolutely great today.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. We all been working hard.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's showing.
So I saw in the general chat over here, Clockwork says you can't lose so that you can make sure to get a rematch. So I guess you're looking forward to rematch against UK and Fantasia.
Very looking forward to that. Yes, we are. We've been watching a lot of videos about it. I know me personally, I've been doing a lot of research on how to counter an Ash specifically. So
How to
so I'm
counter
ready
an
for it.
Ash. So
Yeah.
where's Fantasia? Okay, I see him up there. So Fantasia is on they're on match 8 at the top on the winners bracket. They're going to have to play against Aimless Esports. So the only route in which you get to play against UK and Fantasia again is Fantasia has to win in the winners bracket. Oh, actually, hold on. If they lose that match, then the loser of match 8 comes down to match 9. Yeah, okay. So you could win your next match, and they could lose their next match, and then you'd be paired against them in the losers bracket for the knockout.
That would be interesting. It would be
Wouldn't it be?
very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see. Maybe I can actually get this bracket onto the live stream real quick, just so you guys can kind of see where we're at in it. Let me pull this up. Is this gonna work? There we go. It's going to be kind of small. No, it's not. Here we go. Now you can kind of see it on the live stream there. What we're seeing here is we're seeing Kevin Fan Club just beat Plant Gang, so they're going to move on to match 7 over here, and we're going to have to see Bibib Clappers versus AC Ruse at some point, and the winner of that is going to have to play against Kevin Fan Club, and then between Kevin Fan Club and the winner of that match, whoever wins that goes on to match 9, and they have to play against the loser of UK and Fantasia versus Aimless. So exciting stuff here. We're moving along through this bracket. I think we have another 2 weeks or so, 2 or 3 maybe weeks left in this tournament before we crown the grand champion. And when we do, that grand champion is going to get the legendary peanut butter sandwich of immortality as we have advertised. So all right. Thank you so much for joining me in the post-match interview. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, have a good one now.
You too.
You too.
See ya. All right, and thank you to you as well, Thomas, the legend from Warrior Cats, rejoining us today. I appreciate it. That was still, even though the match was 3-0 and didn't go to a game 5 as I suspected, it was still a fun one to watch. It was fun to co-cast with you, and thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, are you are you available for any more at all?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll probably be around.
You'll be around? Okay. Well, if you'll be around, then we're happy to have you. So, yeah, just don't be a stranger. You can come back. We'll get you back in here. All right? All right. And thank you all for watching. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.